How are you?
Hi, I missed you.
I
How are
missed
you?
you too. Oh my God, we've both been really, really busy. It was so easy when we planned out the schedule, but
Yes.
when it comes to reality, it's really because we have two time zones, so it's really difficult for us to, set up the timing. That's the only thing.
True.
So, welcome back to our podcast. Today, we are talking about a very usual topic that every one of us can relate to. So this is something that I wanted to discuss also, and same as Lamia got a lot of points to discuss
Yeah.
it about it today. As
Yeah.
simple, let me make it in a very simple way that we are discussing about those advices we received in our lives when we were younger, and I mean still we are very young, but some of them were very helpful, and some of them were not that helpful as we thought when we were young. So we are just discussing about those advices that we receive from all of us around us, and we are just randomly, casually talking about it today.
Yes, that's true. And
Yes.
this advice is either it was in our home, or it was from partners, or it
Yeah.
was from friends, or it was from work. On general,
Everything.
all these advices.
Everything.
Yes, we are gonna be
Hey,
talking
let
about.
me just start. What was the one advice that you received and you were like bullshit? Who's gonna follow this? Something like that.
I I don't know how I'm gonna be sounding when I say that, but as a grown-up child, I was known as rude because I was talking a lot back.
Oh,
Um,
same here.
yeah, and at some point, it was not actually a situation or an anger problem or anything. Just giving some response, yeah, back to older person. Either it was my mom, my dad, my grandparents.
Generally elders
And-
or
Yes, and somehow when they were not taking it well, they will be calling it you are talking back.
Yeah,
Or you
yeah.
are responding back.
which was
And that's not supposed to
prohibited.
be done.
Which was prohibited in our era, like especially when we were in school.
Yeah.
If you remember,
Yes.
we were unable to opinion about anything. We couldn't opinion.
Yes.
We couldn't say our opinion because it was a say back then. And
Yes.
I
Yes,
think
I
it
do
really
remember a lot
affected.
of that.
Yeah, it really affected
It
our.
did affect us, and since I was a kid, there was a lot of times or a lot of situations I was not okay with some kind of stuff. It might be very easy, not very serious things, but because I was not allowed to talk back to others, I was just like supposed to push it back inside
Yeah.
me and
I'll
just
be like,
be quiet
okay,
and just
whatever.
accept it the way how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
True.
like a small details, maybe going out somewhere and taking me with them to that place, and it was really not gonna enjoy that, and I really just wanted to stay at home playing with my toys, but no,
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
So many things.
See how simple it is?
Yeah, I know it is. Basically, back in my home, these days I get opportunity to say back, right? Because you are kind of
Yes.
independent. You're staying away from them.
Yes.
And those days, I still remember when I was in school, there were so many things that my dad will advise you. I swear to God, I'm not even making this up. Okay. For example, you are sent to the shop to buy something. I swear to God, this is how my dad will send. To reach to that shop 5 minutes, and to buy the thing 1 minute, to come back 5 minutes. So apparently it's like in general 15 minutes in total. If you are by any chance out of that 15 minutes, he just got this thing on his head. He will be making huge drama about it. Like where that delay happened.
Is this came out of protection?
I don't know. Probably yes, because in India by that time, probably even I personally went through a lot of bullying shit and stuff. Probably maybe he was afraid of that. But certain things. I don't know why he was saying that, but I'm not supposed to question about it. If my dad is saying like, okay, take 10 minutes altogether, you should be taking only 10 minutes altogether. So these small things.
I will consider this. I will consider this as an overprotection, maybe, because
Yeah.
as a mom who she was divorced, so she was everything for us. When we moved with her to UAE and we were living with her, she was overprotecting us. Like she was I don't know. I was having this idea on my mind. Maybe if I went out, people are just waiting for me to be out so that they can kidnap me. Like all the world are just waiting for me to harm me. And this was idea my mom, she was having it on her mind. And because of that, actually, me and my sister, we had sometimes a very hard time. We were not allowed to do a lot of things. And unfortunately, I was going to take this road the same as her, because when I had kids, I feel I am taking this road the same, and I'm overprotecting, and I'm trying not to do, because I'm going to be stopping them from enjoying a lot of things just because I'm scared.
Yeah, that's
just
very
because
true.
I'm scared.
That's very true.
So this actually was not very helpful.
Many things when I'm thinking about back then, school days, university, everything, there was something that always, especially my father, like I'm so close to my father, and I am close to him, and we had huge wars. Basically, I had a lot of fights with him, especially in college days and stuff, based on all this silly matter where he will be stubborn about, and he wants to stick to this advice. And basically my father used to say that, like, if I say something, anything back, or if I oppose his idea about certain things, any comments, he oh my god, the way he used to get hurt. And he don't consider this as my opinion or my comment on that particular topic. No, he considered this as you are just talking back, you are not supposed to do that. I think the young generation, I think the Gen Z, I probably think they are getting a lot of opportunity to say about their opinion. Or do you think so? Because
this generation right now, I don't know, they have more courage than we had at our time. And probably I will take it in another way also. Back in our days, it was started internet and everything, but still people were not yet open about all
the other
cultures
world,
to see the other world apart our world,
Oh my god.
So they can just see, maybe there is a difference, maybe there is another point we can try it, maybe. No,
that's right.
That was not available. But now social media is in everywhere.
Yes.
TVs, they are also talking about this. There is parenting sessions recorded on the internet, giving advices from specialists through the internet to guide parents or new parents. I actually found it very helpful. It did help me a lot, and I'm trying as much as I can to stick that in my mind. I want to have kids where they can openly talk to me. They don't have to say something because they are afraid. And actually that was my problem. I was sometimes, if I wasn't talking back, I was just afraid of the consequences, how it's going to be turned on the end. That was my issue many times when I was so frustrated or so angry with something. I was not able to say it because I was just afraid how it's going to turn out, this situation. And I remember one scenario. I think I have never shared that with you. I was on a vacation in Morocco. I don't know, because I did not live with my dad many years, so we were not in a good bond. We were all the time fighting. Our vacation, if I went to see him, he's living in a different city from my mom's city. So first we will go to my mom's city, and then I will need to visit my dad for a couple of days. The first 1-2 days we are still
getting to know.
Getting to know each other. It's going fine. By the third day, he starts to show, and I'm starting to get frustrated and starting to show also my anger, and it ends up very, very bad. That thing happened frequently. So in one of the time, he was promised me to bring my other sister from his other wife, and he didn't. And I didn't have that much time at that time. That was my last night. And he did something which he usually do since we were young. When he's not unable to do that, he will just not answer my phone. So I was at his home with his recent wife right now, and I was just calling him all the day, just wanting to know when he's bringing her. Even it was getting late, and I know if he did not bring her, it's just we were just gonna miss it, and I don't know when I'm gonna be seeing her again. She's younger than me 4 years, so we were very attached to each other. Whenever I was going to visit him, she was there. We were having a close bond. She was not having a license at that time, and she was living quite far from his house. And also, I think at her situation, maybe taking transportation, it was not something alone considered. So she was supposed to wait my dad to bring her. She was ringing him all the day, and I was ringing for him all the day.
Didn't happen.
He's not answering both of us. No, he didn't answer both of us. And at the end of the day, he came home angry. I don't know why. He's turning tables. That's what he does. My dad all the time.
Okay.
And he came home angry. It's like I don't have a chance to talk about that topic. Like, he's angry from something else, so he just closed the door for discussion. But still, it was not me if I did not talk, so I still tried. And I told him, like, why do you still have to do that? We grow up from that. Like, if you couldn't, like, something happened through your day and you were so busy, just say it.
Yeah.
You don't have, just ignore our calls in that way. I don't know how this conversation turned to a very bad point. And I was the rudest person every parent will hate to have.
These
And
things
it
always
was just
happen
like, you always do that, why you should do that, and you are not respecting me, why you are talking to me like this, I am your father, you should not be questioning me, you should not be talking to me back. I swear to God, Rinju, at that night, because that was my last night with him, I was so afraid that he was gonna take my passport. Because whenever he was angry, he was giving this, he was harassing me like, I'm gonna be taking your passport, you will never go back to UAE.
Oh my god.
So I was so afraid he will take my passport. I don't know how I spent that night. Next to door, like there was a room next, like near to the door.
Wow.
I put my passport in my bag next to my head, and I slept like a pillow. Like, I put my handbag as a pillow, and whenever there's any movement in the house, I was alarmed. I was just awake. God. I could not imagine how this morning came, and he just dropped me to whatever I was going. He did not drop me to my mom's house, but we did had a safe transport to take me to my home.
I
that
know.
was the worst thing a kid could feel, to be afraid from the parent.
I could only imagine how hard it was. These things really...
It was hard.
Yeah.
I think I'm still traumatized from my everything I went through with my dad, and I do think I need a therapy for this.
No, I mean, this is obviously, I appreciate that you are recognizing that part, but you can always, if you are comfortable, you can always talk about it, like this is what
I do feel I'm comfortable. I do feel I have reached to the point where I'm processing whatever happened, and I'm just accepting it that it did happen. But I'm still not yet able to move on. I don't know how to explain that. I'm still stuck between whatever happened in the past, because I did have a lot of bad experience with him.
You touch with him?
But no.
At the moment, no.
No, I cut it completely last year. It's almost a year, because also I have reached to the point that there is no point to keep trying. He doesn't seem like he's having any willing to change or to do better.
Yeah, you don't have to force any relationship.
I don't feel I can keep forcing myself back to that situation again and again. I feel like I need space in my surrounding close people, my kids. I want to enjoy having my kids and everything. I don't want to keep having the same problems again with him, because every single problem, it was draining me. So, and it does still, whenever, like last year when we had our last discussion, it ended up very bad, and he does the same thing as he knows all the time. Whenever he start to hear something he doesn't like, he will just hang up on me, and he will not answer the calls.
Defense.
And I was still having things to say, so I sent him a message and I told him I don't want him in my life anymore. I'm done. I'm hoping just to move forward with my life, and I don't want him anymore close to me or my kids. And since that time, I feel more peace somehow.
I mean, that's good. Sometimes, some strings you need to just definitely cut them off. If that's a way that you can have a peaceful life, then why not? Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Life sometimes is tough.
I know.
Life sometimes is tough.
It's so hard. This is very surprising for me, because sometimes, we just think that probably your issue will be the biggest one on earth, Then the other person is having more hard time going on.
That's very true. Because, yes, I was thinking the same. I could never I could never meet somebody who did have a worse experience with a parent more than me, but I actually did see a lot. Yeah. And they did suffer more than me, probably, in their own experience. So, yeah. It's hard. What about you? What was the worst advice you have received in your life, and it's still stuck somewhere in your head?
From my parents, I think I got a few, but then here and there, I was like breaking them off. The first one, I did. It's not the first one, but it was the more serious, one of them, but more serious one. I was never allowed to marry another person from another religion. It was a huge thing.
Oh, yes.
I grew up with that feeling. Like, okay, you can be friends with another religion person. You can go to that person's home, be friends, whatever, close friends, whatever. When it comes to marriage, it's a huge no, that you cannot. You are forbidden. Wow. So I had to change that, because I literally married the one from another religion. So it was really, really funny. At the same time, it was really hard.
I would love to know, because we never talked about it. I would love to know what was their first impression or their first reaction when you told them that I'm getting married to this guy.
Yeah, they knew him as my friend. Like, they knew it, everything was fine, but they never even imagined in their dream that I'm gonna marry this fellow. It is a big deal in my culture, and especially in India, that it doesn't matter whether you are believing in your religion or whatsoever. You born in it, you live with it. Like, I born as a Catholic, and I have to somehow, like, you push yourself. You don't have any other choice. So, it was a big deal, especially for my father. Oh my God, father and mother, they were like really in a bad stage. They were showing their most emotional, and I on an extent, I believe it was probably true, because their mindset and their ideologies towards religion and all these things are in their way. Probably they were right, and they were having this. True. They were like, oh my God, you would never be okay with him even for a week. So yeah, we will talk about this on another episode in detail. But
in a different, because both of us, we have got
similar experience.
We got married to completely different different nationality, and he was originally from different religion, and you also. So it's gonna be a completely different episode for this.
But this is one of the advice. That advice like really gave me tough time to make them convinced, because I love both of them. I really love my mom and dad, even though sometimes they can be really nuts. But I love them as my parents. So actually, it was like a huge task for me to convince them, like, this is just another human being, just like your daughter. So there is nothing much difference, and blah, 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 blah. So it took a lot of time for me to convince them, but somehow it happened. But that was one advice, it was injected while I was already a child, Like, even if you are going to university, you find some crush or some kind of feelings towards men, that man should be a Christian. So that's how we've been upbringing wasn't
I would
that
say
way.
it's the same for us. Like for us, they did not even need to inject us with this. It's like something written
In
in
the
our
blood.
religion. Like it's
It's in the blood.
it's a big no.
Oh god.
There is no even a chance. Like I don't know why, but men can get married with a different religion, but for women, it's not even an option.
Oh really?
Like it's not even. Yes, I don't know why. I really don't know why. I need to search more in that. But like for us, they did not even need to advise us about it. It was clear.
It was never an option.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk about it. So yeah,
Oh my God.
that was a different.
Our viewers might think that we're crazy. We are not crazy, but these are the things we really faced. And I'm so sure.
Guys, we are traumatized. We are having a lot of things happen in our past life, and we wanted to share this out and clear. Like I do believe before, maybe even before planning to have this podcast, we never were able to talk about all this loud, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could not just go to a stranger and I will tell him I had a very bad experience and advices from my parents or no. But we have this chance here.
Yes.
And we are gonna talk.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about everything. So basically, like, you can also probably, I don't wish for you to have bad experiences or bad advices and you grow up with that, but this is what we just gonna share, what we been through. So probably you could relate a bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you received any advices about job things? Because I received a lot.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. My dad always say, you stick to one job. I don't know the idea behind. Probably he was telling. I don't know. Even, I don't know if this is something common or if it is only in India or it was just him saying such things. I don't know. He was just saying that.
See, we have worked together at the same place, and I worked also before in another place where I have all different nationalities, and I would agree with that. I don't think so it was only you that, because I think culture maybe in general, because I have seen a lot of
people working for same position for 15 to 20 years, right? For example, I don't want to name him, but you know him.
Yes.
He was working in that place for 10 years?
To now.
Till now. He's on vacation, by the way. So,
and many others.
Maybe he was listening to my father. So I didn't listen to my father about it. So, like he says, you stick to one job and you should not change your job or career quickly. Or probably he was thinking in this way, that you don't jump around. You just I don't know. He was telling me, like, for example.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. He didn't. I don't think so. He means 10 years.
I don't know. Yesterday I had a conversation. Yesterday I had a conversation with him, and I told him I'm getting few LinkedIn blah 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 queries and stuff like that. So I'm thinking he was so against it. He was like, no, you were in a very comfortable place now. Like, it's okay. I was like, Dad, if I was doing the same job as I was doing when I came to Dubai, if I didn't switch, you could have seen your daughter, maybe, I don't know where I would be. I don't know. Yeah. So he's saying such, I don't know, some silly advices.
See, I do see that. I don't know what is how I don't know how to think about it, to be honest. I was just gonna say some nonsense, but I don't know. Maybe he does not have this idea on his mind that maybe if you change place of work, he might go to another position, from a position to another higher position. Yeah, to get to know more people, to get more experience.
There's one more thing. Like in India, we got something like loyalty. Like, you will find most of the Indian companies, they have people who works for 20-25 years. I don't know. This is something that maybe he have seen and grow up with. I don't know. So he was telling me. I find it weird, so I thought I would just talk to you about it. If you don't have
I do
any
understand
such
loyalty, but you are going to be loyal to this
place and
to
you're
this
not getting
boss or
anything
to
in
the
return.
owner. Not only that, but yes, you will be getting loyal to him while you are there working with him. But I don't think so. If it's not you are not going to be loyal if you found another position and another higher position and you went for it, because at the end, it's not your company.
Exactly.
Even if you like it and you are okay with the boss and with the colleagues and everything, life is expensive. We need more higher positions. So
Yeah, right.
or more
Hey,
comfortable places.
Yeah, when we are talking about the advices, we have few habits also taught by our parents. Like, some
Tell me about it.
that are like, for example, like you cannot sit with your leg on top.
Ooh,
Do you have the
we need to
same?
sit loyals, like
Like,
princesses.
yeah.
Even not even princesses, because that was not even allowed.
And
If
you
I
are
put
not
my
allowed
legs
to
on the
move
top,
your legs, on top and move.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My poor sister. She was having this habit, and whenever there was any discussion happening, and every people like having a serious discussion, and she was putting her leg on top and shaking. Like, stop shaking your leg, and they would just continue the conversation.
Yeah. It's
That
such
was
a...
bad. That
I
was
know.
bad. That was
It
bad.
was there in Arab culture as well, because we have this a lot. We really have. I think it changed a bit right now, but especially my neighborhood back in home, women are really, I think,
Having a hard time.
oh, it's really strict. And you will be
Yeah,
mindful.
even me. Yeah, even me.
You will be
My
really
city
mindful.
is very small. Yeah, my city also, it's very small city in Morocco. It's not touristic or something. At that time, everybody knows everybody.
It's a small
If somebody
village.
did something, everybody will get to know about it. If they see something, everybody will get to know about it. That was bad.
Also,
That was embarrassing.
yeah, also about hair. If you cut your hair,
Ooh.
oh my goodness.
Do you remember when you cut your hair?
Yes.
What did I told you?
Oh yeah.
Because I have that on the back of my mind. He was like, "Why did you cut your hair?" No.
Yeah, I know.
I felt bad for your hair.
Oh my god,
Because,
my mom didn't speak to me for a week, so.
Oh wow.
She was really, really insulted in a way that I don't know, it's also another advice or something. We are really not allowed to cut our hair, like especially if it is long, like a little long enough, then you are not supposed to cut them. They should be like really
I didn't
long
receive this advice personally because my hair was all the time short, so they didn't have to deal with that. But my sister, she dealt with that. Sorry, my sister, I'm going to be
has
talking
good
about
hair.
her own experience.
Yeah, but
She does.
She has very
She
good
does.
hair.
And on the back, like on the back days, she was having thick and long hair. And she was really having a hard time.
Where is
to
that
take care
hair
of
coming
it.
from?
I have no idea. Probably my mom before. Probably my dad's family. I really have no idea. But I have very thin hair. Like, I'm completely
She got
opposite
amazing hair. I still remember.
to her. Yes. And back at the time, it was not yet known about curly
Hold
hair
on.
routine.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. My husband is snoring.
We cannot hear him. Sorry, my sister. I'm going to be talking about your experience. But at that time, it was not yet known about curly hair. And I think she's having a very curly hair. Now she's doing it and she's having amazing hair. So she was having a hard time to brush it, get ready for school and everything. So at one summer, we were invited to a wedding and she wanted to cut it. And she did it. And it was short. It was like her dream to cut her hair short. And she did it. And who felt bad? My uncle.
Who? Father? Uncle?
My
okay,
uncle.
okay, alright.
Yeah, my mom brother, who just came to visit at that time because he was not living there. And when he saw her, he got so mad. So mad. And what my grandma said, she said, you did a very bad thing. You are not supposed to cut your hair. Your uncle doesn't want you to see, he doesn't want to see you next to him for now. And this thing, I don't know if she does remember this, but it did stuck in my mind a lot. Like, you are not even allowed to do whatever you want with your hair. And she was kind of a person that she wants to change all the time, like cutting her hair or trying colors or trying bleaching and everything. She was not allowed. Like, all the time she was getting advice, not touch your hair, do not touch your hair, stop cutting your hair, stop playing with your hair.
We have same. But when our parents or back in home, and someone from the family, if they advise it, it comes with something like some beliefs. They believe hair can bring you luck. They say that a lot.
Yeah. And it's it's the beauty, and it's the beauty. It's the woman beauty.
Yeah, that's one thing.
And you know what? I feel like all these advices we got about our beauties, or how we should be sitting, not crossing legs, not moving legs, do not talk loud, do not talk back to elders.
Yeah.
Now I don't see them as it was advices more, but I see them more as they were comments, like commending us how to be.
Right? Yes, yeah, that makes all sense. Yes, those were really, I don't know how it came out from them, because I knew some of the family members, including my parents or my cousins, they were loving us, right? But I don't know why they were still saying all these things. Maybe out of freedom, I don't know. They were saying a lot of nonsense stuff.
Overprotecting, and most important thing, that they know more than us. They know better than us.
Experience.
They have more experience than us. We don't understand the shit. So
yeah. No, at the same time, we don't forget the advices that helped us, for sure. But then there were...
Yes, we are not being so negative here.
Yeah,
we like, a lot of advices we have received, and it was good to now.
Yeah.
There is many. Do not trust anybody.
Yeah.
Be faithful. Don't lie.
Yeah.
All these basics.
So many values.
It did stay with us to now. It did make us as a good person.
Yeah, at the same time, a lot of things made us in struggle. Like, we were like in a bad position. Yeah, we were stuck.
Yeah, we were stuck. I was able to move out from that circle when we moved to my mom. There were less people commending, because when we were in my grandparent house, everybody was telling us, do that, don't do that, do that, don't do that. But when we got separated from everybody and we were just with my mom, a lot of pressure went down. My mom, to now, the relation which I had with her, it's not just as a mom and daughter. We have a very close relationship. Very, very close. Like, she was overprotecting us. She was so scared for us. She was giving us advices. But at the same time, I think she knows the way how she was convincing me with that advice. It was not giving it as a commend.
Okay.
That's what it helped me, I think. And that's what did keep our relationship still good to now. We do talk about it before, because now my mom, she's, I think, more open to listen and to hear my side. And from time to time, we are having this call, 3 of us, me, my mom, my sister, and we will be opening one of this topic from the past. Yes. And we will be talking about it very openly. And trust me, many times she did say, I'm sorry I did this. I was not thinking on that way. We were so close minds. I was not open about many of these things. I was not supposed to do that. I was not supposed to say that. I was supposed to allow you. This only is giving me like a relief inside me that I was not only imagining it in my mind.
Yeah, true. My father...
You know what I mean?
Yes, my father, almost every day, 10 times he says sorry to me, because he said this relationship wasn't good for me. Because the way my father is connected to my husband, like they are like really very good. They give me an impression that they were like this since ages, you know. So my father really thinks, and I think I literally helped him to see another side of the world, because he, you know, last time he was really thanking me, and he was telling me there is a huge level of life out there which he haven't seen it yet, that there are other people. It's just like people to people, no religion, nothing involved. So he was actually saying, it's just because of me he could see that from this way, you know. So they
and that does make us feel good, actually, to feel that at some point in our life, finally they could understand what was going in our own mind.
Yeah.
And it was not only we came up with it, or we just were not agree with whatever they were saying. I do remember a lot of times, like with my mom, I cannot remember a topic exactly, but many times we had this conversation before, when she was like saying, if you think this, that's okay, but I'm not thinking on the same way as you do. This sentence,
so she got
was
the
repeated
idea
many times. Now she got the idea. She got the idea. Probably she does not agree with whatever I have done, because I was a little bit
turning
hard
like,
to deal with while growing up. Yeah, I was still trying to do it in my own way, skipping from her way. And at that time, I do remember this sentence was repeated a lot of time, like, if you are not okay with that, I'm okay with it. I want to try it. If you tried it before and you were not okay with it, that's your own experience, but let me have my own experience, and then I can judge if I'm okay with it or not. One of the things, we had a lot of fights about clothes, and she was all the time advising, you should not wear
modest clothes,
short
only
skirts, or open like this. And whenever I was seeing her album photos, like, she was wearing all clothes short. And proudly, sometimes she was mistakenly saying it was my dad who bought it for me. So I was like, see? Your dad bought it for you, and you were allowed to wear whatever you want. Let me do it. She said, yeah, but at that time we were not so close to our relation, and you should not be wearing like this. You should be protecting. I said, I understand this. Let me take this decision by my own self.
Yeah,
Let me decide that. Whenever I wanted to cover up, I will do that because I wanted, not because it was commanded from you.
Yeah. Okay.
That was one of the huge problems we had.
It happened with me. Oh my god, I really remember when I was in, I think, 7th grade. I had annual day programs and stuff. So I still remember. It's just like a mini top and a long skirt, and I'm a child, man. I'm like no figure, nothing. I'm like a kid. I'm like for 13, 14 years, something like that. No, even not that. 11, 12, something like that. So on this annual day, I got this dresses new, and they were like really tight. The top was really tight with half sleeve. So and I was really part of many programs and stuff, and I was going through the front stage and everything. I was actually walking around. So oh my god, on the way to home, oh my god, it was a hell for me, especially for my mother. She didn't even notice that it was tight on me, but father got really angry, and he was making oh my goodness, he made a hell out of it. He was so angry, and I was kind of grounded for another 1 month. It was so big deal, especially like even for college, he was still like censoring clothing and all. I don't know. It was really a part of our culture, and especially in my village, I think I was one of those kids, those who were wearing jeans. Man, can you imagine? My god, that was like really hard time.
Oh yeah.
So it was like kind of funny, but I think he also realizes now. Now he says like, it's okay because everyone is doing. Back then, not everyone was doing, so probably we have this saying. Also, this kind of an advice, you need to just go with the flow, like,
Yes.
you should not be doing a
Flicks.
separate
You
thing.
should be flicks.
Exactly. Just go with the flow, and you should be doing. So now if I dress up and some modern clothes and also, he don't feel anything because he sees a lot of people wearing or whatever. So back then, and I really loved this fashion clothes and all these things, and I was always following
same.
trends, and so this
Yeah,
is kind of
same,
silly
same.
advices.
That was also a problem. Did you ever have advices to do not post your pictures in social media?
I'm gonna die laughing because in my Instagram, I think I had 2,000 posts and I deleted most of them because I was getting bored.
She's verified account.
My Instagram, oh my goodness, oh my god, my dad was like scared. I mean, I get the idea. Probably back then people can do some morphing, or you losing your identity, or can be misused or whatsoever. But he was so against of taking pictures. I was like, okay, guys, my husband is snoring. I don't know.
He's damn tired. Okay, we are almost done.
Yeah.
Let's just try to finish it and hoping for the best that it's not going to be reflecting on your...
Hold on. Okay, I'll cut in there. So yeah, a lot of pictures I posted, and he was even against the idea of taking pictures, So, but I told him, see, you need to have a proof. I don't know.
Even if you were not gonna post it?
Yeah, it's just
even if you're not gonna post it?
I don't know. In general, he was like not a huge fan of taking a lot of pictures. So I don't have a lot of pictures of my childhood. I have very few photos. Probably, their generation is so different.
You have very few?
Yeah.
You have? Some I don't have.
Oh, really?
None. Zero. Like I born as
There's no proof.
13 years old. Yeah, I was not born as a baby. There is no proof for that. No proof that I started walking, blubbering something, nothing.
No, I don't have so many photos. I have like 5. That's it, I guess. But you don't have...
You're lucky.
You don't have as a small child.
No, nothing. No, I'm talking zero. Nothing. Okay. Literally nothing.
Okay.
I was hoping at some point my dad was like saying, no, I think you do have some photos, and he was searching.
Aww.
He disappeared for a couple of weeks, and he came up with nothing. My experience with that, with the social media photos or posting onto social media, my mom was quite okay with it. She didn't have any problem with that. My father was completely against, and because we had a lot of argument about it, he spoke to my mom, because he and my mom, they were not talking unless there is a problem or there's a situation. They need to discuss it together. So he called her and he was like very serious about it, that he's not okay that I'm posting, and she was like telling him the photos are completely fine, like not a bad position, nothing
good ones.
Yeah, just very natural thing, like maybe even from distance and everything. And he told her at the end of the conversation, you know what's gonna be better for me? Ask her to block me. And I did.
Wow.
That was his decision. He wanted to be blocked from everywhere, and I did, because he didn't want to see my photos at anything. The problem is with my dad, I think he was having many Facebook accounts, not because he was opening fake account, but every single time he would try to enter to his account, and he would like, get the password, so he will open.
My father-in-law has 3 separate accounts.
So he will open another account, and he knows I'm having pictures in my profile, and he's still sending me friend request. So I was, when we were talking before, I was like telling him, Dad, block.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing more, nothing less, and blocked. And even actually, he started commenting about also my husband having pictures, our pictures as a family in his Instagram, and I just took the phone and I blocked my dad from my husband's phone. So
okay, that's really a lot of to do. Oh my god, yeah, I don't know.
Now, if I will ask you something, I think we have talked about everything what's inside us, but I still have this question for you. If you want to give an advice to yourself, to the future,
Yeah, the
Anju,
future
what
future
advice
self.
would be?
Future self, I'm gonna advise her. She's gonna be very good position in the future. So I'll tell her to be honest with her.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. With myself, you know.
What does this mean?
Sometimes, situations will take you away, Sometimes it's just like some situations or scenario can make feel like this is what you want, you can settle it now. But probably the inner you wants something more or wants something different. So just be true to yourself that you can find the exact same thing you want, or you want to pursue in your life. I always think, because in my own life, multiple time I was settling for something that I thought I'm okay with, in my university I wanted to study something else, or I wanted to pursue some other things, and I couldn't, because I really thought it's okay to pass on, I'll just do this and I'll move on. But I think I really need to be true to myself. Like I'll just I'll just be very honest with me, so that I can take what exactly I want, or you know what I mean.
To take actions exactly how it should be.
Yeah. What about you? I never thought that you're gonna ask me this.
Me, I would say, make boundaries for yourself and step up for yourself. No means no. You don't like something, say it out loud. You don't want something, say it out loud. Because that was something I have struggled with my whole life, and I think I'm doing quite good job with it right now. It's much better than before. I'm talking loud about anything that I'm not okay with. I'm happy that my circle, family, and friends, whoever they are in my circle, they are not that many, but they are giving me this opportunity. No means no.
You're able to communicate better.
Able to communicate better. And I just wanted to be more opening listener to my kids and whatever they wanted. I do think so it's going to be hard as they grow up, because they will be starting to say things that they don't like. I should accept it and respect it and agree to it, even if I'm not okay, if I'm not happy, but I should accept and respect their decisions on the future. That's gonna be my advice. Try to be the best version as a mom that the kids they deserve. They are fantastic and they need a mom that they deserve to be good for them.
I like that. I like that. Like keeping boundaries and say no. I think this is really huge. It's so big. Yeah, I love that. Even though we didn't talk a lot about advices, but it was more of a general talk on something.
It was more about our experiences we had through and we grew up with, and situations that we were not so happy about. I do feel that conversation was needed to be done. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, every time when we actually talk, if there's a camera, that's good, because that's another episode. Because we always talk such things, like we do give therapy each other. Always.
See, we have prepared many things, but we did not stick with any of that.
Yeah, we had a different plan, different strategy.
We had a different plan. But I'm happy with the episode of today. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah, this was cute and authentic, because we didn't think about anything or prepare it. I mean to say, it was very casual. We were talking about many things. So, do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I can wrap it up. I would say, if somebody here listening to us and is relating to our situation or our advices that we grew up with, just be patient. Whatever you have passed through, it's gonna pass. It's gonna be from the past, and you will just learn how to accept it and be able to move on. Give that chance to yourself to heal from the past, and you will reach to peace. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's all. So thank you so much for watching us, listening to us. Thank you guys. Until then, bye bye.